Hello again, it's Noob, and this is going to be a bit different to what I normally do. I'm going to attempt to do a live reaction video reacting to a video on YouTube that's just come out, I believe, about a major exploit of a very expensive lock, a Schlage CO100 series lock. It's a combination high security door lock, I believe. Now, a couple of things. I like full disclosure and transparency. I'm not paid to do this, but I still possibly consider this an advert in its own way, purely because Sparrows Lock Picks asked me to do a reaction to this, but they are also selling the resolution to it, which they developed with the person who found the exploit for the lock. So I'm not getting paid to do this. I think I'm doing it purely because I find it interesting, and I think you'll find it interesting too. And this video's come out and it's now in the public domain, so it's worthy of a reaction. But I didn't want you to think that I didn't know that Sparrows had worked with the person who made this video to find a resolution for the exploit. But there's some more information here which I think is really interesting. So if you watch my channel a lot, you know that I don't really do videos on vulnerabilities and bypasses. I'm a lockpicking channel, I don't tend to focus on them, but this is a big enough and expensive enough and common enough lock. I think it would be quite interesting, but that isn't why I wanted to make this video. Why I want to make this video is I think it's actually a good example of some ethical hacking. Now, the person who found this vulnerability was a hacker called Dominic, and he didn't just go public with this vulnerability. He contacted Allegion, who's a parent company of Schlage, with the flaw, and Allegion actually did something about that vulnerability. Apparently locks were updated earlier in 2021, so all the latest models don't have this vulnerability. I've not seen it yet, but I'm just reading my notes. Apparently Allegion allegedly they issued a bulletin about it as well, so they've, from what I understand, allegedly they did that. They released a bulletin and acknowledged it as well. But some of the locks which are out there pre 2021 still have this vulnerability, and Dominic worked with Sparrows Lock Picks to find a simple and cheap solution, again, which I've not seen, for this flaw. So and what I like about that is that a hacker didn't just go public with a big vulnerability, that they helped design a solution for that vulnerability, told the lock company about it, and the lock company did something about it. All of this makes me incredibly happy, because I think that, you know, people deserve to know whether the security product they bought has vulnerabilities, and also it's good to know that lock companies would recognize that there might be a vulnerability and make a change to make their security products better. I think that's really, really, really good stuff, and a great example of ethical hacking. So let's start the video and have a look. DHack Security seems to be the YouTube channel. To my regret, I have not been aware of it before. It says here, in July of 2020, there's a major vulnerability on the Schlage CO100 locks. Okay, let's keep going. They can be opened in a few seconds with a zip tie. Okay, that's interesting. And I'm just going to pause it again. The hacker is Dominic Villeneuve. It says going to demonstrate it, exploit it, and fix it. Okay, let's skip forwards a bit. So, I've seen these locks before. Yeah, they're quite a high security lock. And it says modified zip tie. That's interesting. There's a modified zip tie, and he's putting it in a water drain hole. So at the bottom of the lock is obviously a drain hole. So if there's any water ingress, so these obviously can be used outside. Let's pause it. It says the vulnerability is on a number of different models as well: C100, CO200, 220, and 250. Interesting. So, I mean, that was quick. Should we see that again? That was really fast. Okay, opens, closes, it's locked, doesn't work. He's got the modified zip tie, don't know how it's modified. Puts it in that water drain hole. and does something. We don't know what, and opens it up. I mean, that's really impressive. I don't know how that works, but we'll find out. Look, and it says here that based on his discovery, the manufacturer fixed it on products made after February 2021. Very cool, like I said. Very nice to see a manufacturer do something about a vulnerability. Apparently, the millions of locks. I don't know how true millions are, but there's certainly a lot of them available. Okay, so that's a CO100, it says. And it's working. It's interesting that there's a battery pack there. And, okay. Oh! I'm going to pause that. Right, here we go. Look. There's some modifications to the zip tie, and they look like cricket legs or something. It's hard to say what they look like, but it's very cool. Just little cuts. Doesn't look like anything hard, just like little slices to give it a sawtooth edge to this cable tie or zip tie. Okay, so you put it with those with that little feathered edge up into the drain hole. I take it you must be grabbing something on the inside. I can't think what you'd be looking for there, but whatever it is, he's now grabbed it and the handle moves. Okay, what if I fast forward it a bit? Okay, so here we go. Looks like we'll find the inside of that lock. Apparently he's removed a couple of screws so that the video's shorter, so you don't spend the entire video watching him unscrew the lock. And that's inside. Still not sure how it works. I'm assuming it's going to. Okay, so there is. Fast forward it too fast there. But it looks like there's a pin to push down, and you can do that by grabbing. Oh, pause. Right, so what I can see here is there is a small pin which has to be pulled down so that the handle can be turned and the lateral bolt retracted. And the cable tie, it's not amazingly clear here. I don't think I can zoom in on it too easily, but those little teeth are grabbing hold of this black bar, and if that's pulled down, and I guess the green thing at the bottom is a small solenoid, so that normally pulls down on it, that pushes the button in that handle assembly that somehow allows it to engage with the bolt, and it can be retracted. That's really interesting. So yeah, I might add some arrows there so you can see what I'm talking about. It's not very clear on the video, but yeah, very cool. I'm going to risk fast forwarding it a bit. You can see the other side now. And this must be that fix, the tie breaker. So it's my understanding that this is the thing which Dominic worked on with Sparrows. Let's just pause it there. And it looks like there's some flared bits on the bottom of this like spring clip, and it looks like it I'm just trying to work it out. So it sort of goes in like that, and then springs out either side of the entrance. Let's have a look a bit carefully. Okay. I'm assuming it can't be grabbed by some tweezers or anything. Let's have a look. It was quite a neat little thing. So that just slides up in the drain hole. Let's have a look. So he's putting the cable tie in. Yeah, I mean, I can see how it blocks that drain hole. Yep, that makes sense to me. Yep. Oh, okay. So, okay. So yeah, there. I might have to just there. No, I might have to go forwards a little bit more because there's something very specific I want to pause on because it isn't very clear on screen, which is, so there's one thing there. I can see how the bottom of the left hand side of that clip facing us is within the lip of that drain hole. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, that's cool. But it's the other side, I couldn't see that there was a lip there. It looks exposed, like I get a screwdriver behind it, but actually when there, I can see that that isn't the case. There is a lip the other side too, so it is, so that spring is, it's also definitely springing out. Certainly make it a whole lot more difficult to access if that's the case. I don't know if there's a direction you'd have to put that clip in, but it looks like a very cute, very neat solution. Oh, it's stainless, it says stainless steel and rust proof. Very cool. Right. And then it goes on to say that it's released as something called a tiebreaker of Sparrows Lock Picks, so it's purchasable. Now that is interesting to me. So a couple of things I've taken away from there is really clever exploit. It's not something I would ever have figured out on my own, and the way that it works just with a feathered edge on a cable tie. I mean that's really out of the box thinking. I think it's cool that obviously Dominic has worked with Sparrows to create a solution, but it does make me wonder, even though the company Allegion have fixed it in their later locks, I wonder if they would offer a solution like that to people who already have those locks. Interesting question, I think. Anyway, what do you think of that exploit? I'm really interested to know what you think to that, and also what do you think to these kind of reaction videos? It's not something I'm particularly used to, and certainly I won't say I'm experienced or an expert in doing them, but if you like them, I would consider doing more of them. Let me know in the comments below. I read them all and reply to as many as I can. Yeah, drop this video a like if you liked it. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you've got any thoughts on ethical hacking, drop them below, and of course I'll see you all next time.